All right, let's fire this up. Let's go. Welcome in, everyone. Just me for now. Jody is getting a salad. That's right. Jody is getting a salad. You guys have requested that she eat a salad on the live stream once again. So I made her a big salad. She's going to be walking up the steps shortly. If you're just joining us here, hit the like button. Getting going here with episode 58 of the live stream. What's up, Silent Sound Guy? I need a haircut soon. I'm rocking the Session shirt. This is available at pokerrags.us as well as any other Raising the Nuts merchandise that you'd like to get. I'm feeling a little energetic tonight. Normally feeling very tired. Feeling a little energetic tonight. Hopefully Jody's feeling that same energy. And it's going to be a mukbang. That's right. Not a mukbang, Mike Trout. A mukbang. What's up? Our son, Mike, in the house. She does love those big salads. What's going on? Daniel Kim. I do need a haircut. A cut? Like go to the mall and get a cut? I actually have a haircut scheduled for tomorrow. So I will be getting a haircut tomorrow. I feel like I got to get the Session shirt here in the picture. Here we go. Look at that. That's a great design. A mukbang. Mukbang. Yes. So we'll give it time for everybody to come in here as usual. I am a pro poker player, Akon. Yes. Since 2005. So pretty long time. Although right now, I'm half pro poker player, half NBA Top Shots trader. It's awesome. It's pretty crazy. It's blowing up big.
You shut it.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny a lot. Mukbang sounds good too. I mean, whatever. So if you guys are just joining us, a couple of things to talk about. First of all, if you go to pokerrags.us, you can buy this shirt as well as any other Raising the Nuts merchandise, Chuck Race Charles merchandise, other cool poker designs. Jody's coming in here. She's got the full spread. She's got a big salad bowl, and she's got the official drink of Sessions and Raising the Nuts, which is Zevia. I have a black cherry Zevia that I'm going to crack. The other announcements to make. Oh, there she is. Oh,
okay.
And look, what are you wearing? Show everybody what you're wearing. This is also available at pokerrags.us.
Okay, hold on. It's hard.
What's up, Ian? There we go. All right, there's a full shot. So this is, what is that? A rhino. This is a sapphire. This is a crazy horse.
I don't think you're supposed to say it's a crazy horse.
Anybody get it? If you get it, let us know. It's a ranking shirt. All right. The other things to talk about while we're getting settled in, while everybody's coming in. First of all, if you are just coming into the live stream, hit the like button. Many more people will come in soon. How long till you complain about how or where I'm sitting?
No, he's good.
I'm good? Okay, I'm good. All right. So for those of you just coming in, that's right, Ian, Vegas strip clubs. For those of you just coming in, please hit that like button. That'll bring more people into the channel, bring more people into our experience here. It makes the chat better. It's great for everyone. Listen, this is a mukbang, so you're going to hear a lot of noises like this. You're going to hear Jody crunching down with food constantly. People enjoy this. I don't get it. People enjoy it. I don't know. Salad details. Okay. You give them the salad details first before I get going on my other pitches.
Okay.
All right. What's in the salad?
It's spinach and arugula.
Okay.
And there's roasted peppers, sun-dried tomatoes, hard-boiled eggs, black olives, and cilantro. And then it's dressed with apple cider vinegar and olive oil. Is that everything?
Apple cider vinegar and olive oil. So there's no Thousand Island or Italian.
No.
That's what Mike just said.
No.
What's going on, Bill? How's it going? Are we still thinking of moving to San Diego? We're always thinking of moving to San Diego, but that cannot happen until I no longer play poker for a living, basically. So once I stop playing poker for a living, then we'll move to somewhere. But for now, I play online poker in New Jersey and pretty happy doing that. So for now, we're stuck here in New Jersey.
Man, I wish that you would have cut up the greens. I'm going to be like shoving greens in my mouth.
Yeah. What's up, Matthew? How's it going? Good evening to you. Yeah, Bill. So definitely eventually want to move to San Diego, but it's probably not going to be anytime in the immediate future. Daniel says you should have added jalapenos and feta cheese.
I don't like jalapenos.
And you had too much feta last night.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me give you my other things to talk about real quick while we're getting settled in. First of all, most important thing to us is that you listen to our podcast. I think that's the most important thing to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen to the podcast. Okay. So that comes out every Wednesday morning, 5 a.m. Eastern time. If you go to Apple or Stitcher or any of those other places you can listen to podcasts, search for Raising the Nuts. If you like that podcast and you want to leave us a review, that would be awesome. And we read the reviews on the podcast. We've done 81 episodes of the podcast so far. It's similar to what we're doing here with no interaction, obviously, with the crowd, but we talk about a bunch of different topics. This week's topic was Valentine's Day and what I did for Valentine's Day. So if you want to know what I did for Jody for Valentine's Day, you can listen to that podcast. We also talked about, what else did we talk about? We talked about some deeper thing. We play Jody Thinks every week, which is something we'll play here on the channel with everybody interacting in live, at the same time. But we play Jody Thinks on the podcast for the first, 15, 20 minutes of the podcast, which usually ends up being pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get into some more deeper discussions. This week we were talking about nice. You guys like that? That's what you want to see, right? You're going to see the food falling out of her mouth and stuff. This week we got into some deeper discussions about my anxiety and some of the troubles that I was having mentally and things like that. So a little bit deeper discussion at that point. But then there's also jokes throughout the whole thing. And I think it's a pretty good podcast, and we would really appreciate you guys subscribing to it and leaving feedback for us. Mm-hmm. Anything else about that? Any other pitches to get over before we get into this week's topics?
I don't think so.
Mike, it can be a lame manufactured holiday for sure. It does hold special significance for us because it was Valentine's Day occurred at the very beginning of our relationship. Mm-hmm. And I made it extra special for her, so I set the bar super high. Mm-hmm. So we were dating for 2 weeks or so.
I believe it's called fading.
Fading, yes. Fading. For about 2 weeks in 2007 before Valentine's Day. So we weren't officially together. It was just like dating, whatever. But I was absolutely in love with her. And so for Valentine's Day, I went all out. I'm not even kidding you. My net worth at this time in 2007 was likely, and by net worth, I mean all the money I had to my name, was probably something like $5,000. Was it? Yes, because I had just come off the bender of spewing all my money that I had just made. So I had gone on a big heater, which you can watch on this channel, the recreation of that with the kids in the end of 2006, where I won a bunch of money in a short period of time. But then like right at the beginning of 2007, I was kind of back to where I was at with $5,000. And with that in mind, 2 weeks into our fake relationship, I went all out. We got dressed up. I wore a suit, which was definitely too big for me because it was from the Big and Tall. Jody wore a nice dress, and we went out to dinner. We went to Benihana, which, it's not like a super fancy dinner, but it was probably like, $100 meal or something with drinks and everything for somebody who has $5,000 to their name. Mm-hmm. I also bought her this pretty extensive thing of flowers where I remember it was $135 for the flowers. So I got $135 for the flowers, went to the nice dinner, and then I wrote out like a nice card and gave it to her after the dinner. And in the card had itinerary for a trip that we would take to California a month and a half later. And so it was, the flights that we booked, the hotel, the rental car, all that stuff. I think the trip was like $3,000 or something like that, just for the hotel, the airplane and rental car and stuff. And keep in mind, $1,000. So I spent more than half my net worth on Valentine's Day, 2 weeks into a fake relationship.
What a fake relationship.
We weren't officially together. So yes, that's what happened. And so it always had a special significance. The trip was amazing. We went in March. I sun ran because like 2 weeks before the trip, I made a deep run in the Sunday Million to win like basically I think I cashed for like $3,400. I still remember. I'll tell you guys some hands from that because this is a poker thing. You guys like poker. I'll tell you some poker hands while Jody.
And also,
yeah.
So that was my first trip to California, but not your first, right? It was actually my first trip, like pretty much off the East Coast. When we got there, they lost our luggage and they had to deliver it to us like the next day or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they allowed us to change our flight without penalty. And so we like extended our trip and we went to Vegas. So that was my first time in Vegas too.
That's right.
And that was a blackout night.
Yes.
That was for like both of us.
Yeah, we got very drunk.
Really bad.
I mean, we were 20. What is this? So it's 2023. We're 23 years old. Yeah. So 23 years old. Crazy. So that 2 weeks before the trip to California. What's up, Mike Fritz? I'll catch up with the other guys' comments in a second. 2 weeks before this trip to California that we had planned, we're a month or so into our relationship. I was at her house and I was playing the Sunday Million. There's 80 players left in the Sunday Million. First place was like $225,000, which would be like life-changing money to me at the time. Obviously, like think about this. My net worth before that was $5K. I just spent $3K. So I must have.
This is so obnoxious.
Yeah, I must have gotten to the Sunday Million on a satellite, maybe, or something. I don't remember exactly how I got in, because I mean, maybe I just put out 200 of the 2,000 I had left to my name. I don't know, but so 80 players left. I have Ace King in the small blind. I have Ace King on the button. I am third in chips. I raise the button. The small blind shoves all in for something like 10 big blinds. The big blind, who is second in chips, shoves for 45 big blinds. I have like 44 big blinds. We basically have the same stack. And I have Ace King. And this is 2007. So this is not like people getting wild out there. And I tanked down in the time bank forever. And I was like, well, I can't bust here in 80th place when I'm third in chips. And I folded. The small blind had Ace 9 offsuit. The big blind had Ace Jack offsuit. And obviously, you don't know how the RNG would work out, but I would have won this huge pot to be massive chip leader with 80 people left. I survived, and with 27 people left, I had pocket jacks and 14 big blinds and got it all in against somebody named Mr. ESPN. This is how ridiculous my memory is. For 14 big blinds, and he had pocket sevens, and he hit a 7, and I busted 27th for like $3,400, which amazing, $3,400 is great, but pretty close to a big score, but it paid for our trip, which was pretty awesome. All right, let's check up. Let's catch up on these questions here while some more people filter in here.
Okay.
If you are just filtering in now, please hit that like button. It will bring some more people in. I'll tell some more poker stories while Jody eats this salad if you guys want. Did you rewatch Downhill with Jody?
No.
Not yet. We're going to do it. Okay?
No.
Downhill, by the way, so what Matthew is referring to in episode 80 of the podcast, I talked about how I watched this movie called Downhill. It was just terrible. What's up, Mark? How's it going? Good morning to you. He wants to know if you got the Vegas salad delivered.
Mm-mm.
No.
Trevor made this for me while I put Andrew in bed.
Yeah. Has your anxiety slowed since the pandemic? I remember how much it bothered you and scared you at first. My anxiety has overall been better over the last few years as I've worked a lot on my mental game, as I've worked on meditation, as I've learned more about myself. It still comes and goes. The wintertime is definitely far worse for me. But I would say overall with the pandemic, I feel like for the most part, I've been pretty good as far as anxiety goes. The last month has been a little rough, but nothing I can't get over. I'll be fine. So Daniel said he signed up for Stitcher months ago, even though I'm a Podbean user, just to leave comment for Raisin Nuts, and it was never read. I sunk into a depressive state and funk because of it, and life sucked. Okay, Daniel, I will have to look to see if that's on there. I will check it. I'll let you know. I'll check it, and if it's there, then I'll read it on the next one. What's up, Colin? How's it going, buddy? 2070 folds. I agree. I mean, I put this. I've never stopped thinking about this hand because it's one of those hands you just think about forever. I'm sure it was the right fold in 2007. Hey, Silent Sound Guy, listen, I didn't have kings, so it's not a bad beat story. All right? It was jacks. Hey, Lance, how's it going? Thank you very much. Thank you for smashing that like button. Appreciate it. Ben Adler, how's it going? Good evening to you, Ben. Look at this, Ben. Jody is over here eating. She's eating a salad. Everyone likes to see the salad. Lop, I know, right? At least it wasn't kings. What's up, Chili Dog? good morning to you, Chili Dog. I say good morning because our friend Mark there is on the other side of the world, and it is morning. So was the fact that Trevor spent more than 50% of his massive net worth on you for first Valentine's Day the clincher of his undying love for you?
No.
No?
I got a mouthful.
Okay. You can tell the clincher after. Akon, what is the other thing you do? I think I was just mentioning in the beginning Top Shots, which is digital trading cards. It's called NFTs, non-fungible tokens, and they are pretty awesome things that have just kind of blown up pretty much in the last month or so. And they're really blowing up right now because there's NBA players tweeting about it. Gary Vaynerchuk tweeted about it. But basically, if you go to NBA Top Shots, it's a licensed product by the NBA, and they're called digital moments. Basically, like a highlight clip that serves as like a digital trading card. And so I have a lot of them, and I buy and sell a lot of them, and it's going pretty well right now because the markets are exploding. Colin said, hold on a second. Daniel said, can you eat more quietly? And Colin said, crushing that salad. So this is what the people want to see.
Am I eating loud?
I don't think it's as loud as it normally is.
How could it be like the only noise I'm making is hitting the.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you want from me?
Sean, how's it going, buddy? He said, hey guys, happy to finally catch up to you on my way to Chicago this evening. I want to tune in. Hope all is well.
Nice.
Stay safe out there, Sean. I hope the weather, I don't know what the weather's like for you out there driving, man, but if you're in snow and stuff like that, man, stay safe because here it's nasty. And I know a lot of other places in the country it is as well. So hopefully you get to your destination safely and you enjoy the content while you're on your way. What's up, Dalton? Dalton is very excited about the salad. What's up, Garin? He said, tuning into the live stream, and I hear a 14-year-old bad beat story. Some sting more than others. It's true. It's true. To be fair, if I had gotten it in bad, I still would have told the same story about how I busted. You know, you tell the story. It's when you're the Sunday Million, man. That's like back in the day. That was a sweat like no other. I don't know what, Colin. What's the Sunday Million like these days? Is it still going strong? Is it still like a tournament where it's 200K to first? I have no idea what that's like. Yes, I agree with you, Chili Dog. Best porn money Top Shots compilation. So I don't know if there is one yet, but if you guys are familiar with these NFTs, these non-fungible tokens, there's a ton of them. Street Fighter just launched today is another thing I got into. But the porn industry has to make some digital moments like this. It's just a great idea. Anthony, I understand. Listen, you don't have to get it to understand that it's gonna be a moneymaker. It's honestly just a market. It's just another form of market that you get to understand and make the best of, basically. Simon I said, did you hear my King losing the King Jack on 5-5-10 flop at a huge final table? Well, you have now. I have heard that, actually. Lance wants to know, how's your mother-in-law doing? Very nice lady. How's Judy doing, Jody?
She's just dandy. She's fine.
Anthony said, but hello, and happy you're making dough on it. Hello, Anthony. I hope you're doing well, buddy. I agree with Chili. I should have made a disciplined fold sound guy. And listen to the man, Dalton. What Dalton's telling you is if you haven't, like the video. If you dislike, you get negative EV. Colin said, yes, Sunday Mill still a huge one. Usually over 100K up top at 109 buy-in now. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it's fun. I assume, obviously, it's a lot tougher now than it was in 2007. There's quite a different field in 2007. What's up, Steve? Steve from Pasadena, what's going on? Mark said, how are the nuts and school going?
It's going.
Yeah, they're transitioning soon into phase 2, which means that they go to school every other Friday also, along with a Tuesday and Thursday. And then April 12th, they start phase 3, where we finally get them out of the house for 4 days a week. Which is amazing.
Well, it's 4 days a week, every other week, and 5 days a week, every other week.
So that will be great.
They still alternate the Fridays, so.
Yeah.
But still half days.
Ben said he's on the way to the bar. You guys are welcome to join me. Okay. Ben, soon, hopefully.
Ben, I'll fly out right now and meet you at the bar.
Daniel said, Jody, you could be a pioneer for NFTs on OnlyFans when you start yours. It's actually true. It's not a bad idea. Matthew said, apparently Jody should have a food and foot OnlyFans. You will be rich. Full disclosure, need to get my rocks off. Nice. Live gymnastics. Yeah, basically. Colin said the online school, when we had it here.
Is he talking about Cam tumbling?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Is that what you're talking about, Steve? The the cheer.
She had a cheer competition.
Yeah.
And I posted a video of her doing some backflips.
So actually, Dalton, it's funny that you mentioned that. That's a good lead in because I was actually just about to talk about that as Jody finished her salad. So Dalton said, any word on getting the content from the vlogger game y'all had in Vegas? So here's what's happening. It'll debut. The vlogger game will debut on Solve for Why on March 2nd. There will be 10 episodes, I believe, of 7 hands each over the course of 10 weeks. But I am privy to some of the footage now. So they're working on getting me some footage from 2 particular hands. So I'm going to give you guys a little preview of that since you guys are the diehards that are here with us every Thursday night. So they're going to give me the footage and some B-roll that I can make a video out of as kind of like a preview video for the Solve for Why stream. Just as a reminder to you guys, if you guys, you okay?
Yeah, I just had a bunch of food on here and it fell.
If you guys weren't here last week when we were talking about it, the vlogger game at the Solve for Why Poker Out Loud was myself, Matt Vaughn, Johnny Vibes, Marley, Landon Tice, and Rampage. So I'll tell you about the 2 particular. I did see.
Cam just texted me and asked me if she can have a cupcake really quick for dessert.
That's fine. And tell her to go to bed. So I did get to see the results of all the hands that we played, which was pretty fun. That's pretty cool to see that already. I think it seems like I made mostly correct decisions. There was one spot that I was close that I could go a couple different ways on, but aside from that, so it was really interesting. So the 2 hands, I'm going to spoil it for you guys a little bit because I'll tell you what happened in these 2 hands. And you'll see a video on my channel about them also, but I'm sure you guys will watch that because you guys are diehard. So in hand number 34 of the session, I open with Ace Jack suited. I believe Matt folded and I opened. We're playing 5-10. I opened 430. And Rampage 3 bets on the button. I have Ace Jack of hearts, I believe. It gets back to me. So with Poker Out Loud, you have the headphones on. You stop your recording when it's your turn to talk. So as soon as he 3-bet me, I said on the stream, I kind of think Rampage is full of it here. I don't think he has a very strong hand, but I don't see any need to 4-bet here for value when I can call and check call most flops and play post flop like that. So I'm just going to call. So I call. The flop comes queen, deuce, deuce, no heart. And I check. Actually, let me bring this up just so that I make sure I'm getting this right. Let me bring this up here. I want to make sure I'm getting this right so that I don't ruin this for you guys. Yes. Okay. All right. I don't have it on here. I believe the flop was queen, deuce, deuce. No heart. And I check call. And I said, like when he bet, I said, I still think he's full of it. I think he has none of this. I'm very likely going to check call down 3 streets here. But it ended up being a turn, I think offsuit 4, check. River, like a blank card. I check and he just check gives up. And he had 9-10 of clubs. So that was, it doesn't seem very interesting. But when you see the footage and you see us talking, I'm pretty much dead on with my read of the situation. So then hand 71. So not, about a little bit later on the session, I open ace-9 of spades to $30. So similar hand type. And Rampage 3-bets me again this time. And when he 3-bets me, and it gets back to me, I say, I think he's actually really strong right now. I think he has a good hand this time. So I don't want to fold my hand because it's still good enough value. We're 200 big blinds deep. Going to see a flop. But this time, it's, there's going to be certain situations where I just won't check call flop because I think he's just going to have a stronger range. So I say all that. Flop comes. I think it was like queen, deuce, 4 this time. Something like that. Very similar board texture. I have to remember what the exact board textures were. But very similar board texture. And I check and he bets. And it's the same exact line as before. And I just check fold my hand, which is the same exact strength, same exact everything. And he ended up having kings this time. So it was pretty cool to be able to see that and have that exact kind of situation play out. So that's just like one little minor situation out of all that. You're done eating. Mm-hmm. All right, I can stop talking.
I feel like I have probably 10 pounds of spinach and cilantro in my teeth.
All right, let's answer some of these questions here.
Okay.
Mike Trout. So you can't buy the packs on Top Shot. Will they release more? What's the best way to get in the game? So they do have pack drops. They've been selling out like crazy. The last one was a couple days ago. They had 50,000 packs drop of this Cool Cats pack. So you can get to like that, but there's a marketplace, and it's a very, very active liquid marketplace. So you can buy moments in there. But I'll talk to you more about it because it's easy to just be a whale in this badly. There's many, many whales in this game. So I'll talk to you more about how to do it the right way. Jody playing the xylophone on her salad bowl. What's the point of 4 days on, then 5 days for school? Yeah.
Well, it's no point. It's because they're going to start alternating Fridays because right now they have the kids split up into cohorts. So there's cohort A and cohort B, and cohort A goes on Monday and Wednesday, and cohort B goes on Tuesday and Thursday. They just split it up like alphabetically. So A through whatever, and then whatever through Z. So our kids go Tuesday, Thursday. So when they start phase 2, it'll be they switch off. Cohort A goes on Friday, and then cohort B goes on the next Friday in person. So then when they go to 4 days a week, I don't know why they have to split them still, because like they're going to be together Monday through Thursday. Yeah. But they're just going to continue on with the every other Friday thing. None of it makes sense.
Hey, Adam, thanks for the question. Where did you two meet? We met through mutual friends. One of my good friends worked with one of her good friends. If you'd like to hear the entire story of our relationship and how we got to be a couple, it's actually, I believe, in episode 2 of the Raisin Nuts podcast that you can find on any by searching Raisin Nuts on any podcast platform. I think it was episode 2.
I think so.
Dalton said, "Do you know why Marley hasn't put any content recently? I think she's just really focused on. She's only in the U.S. for a short period of time, and she's just focused on playing poker. I'm not really sure other than that." Good question, Garin. What did you think of Landon? Seems new pro-y personality-wise, but I could be wrong. Definitely very new pro-y. Definitely very green. I don't think he has a malicious bone in his body. I think he's a very sweet kid. I think he means well. I think new pro-y is absolutely 100% the best way to describe him. He won the most on this show by winning aces versus Rampage's jacks all in pre-flop, pretty much. That was the one big pot he played. He played a couple other big pots. He played fine. I thought he played well. Mostly straightforward, but it's hard to say. We played like 90 hands. It's hard to really get too deep into situations, and you're playing 6-handed. So, but yeah, I would say nice kid, doesn't have a mean bone in his body. And I could see why he's going to get a lot of hate thrown his way because he has that new pro type vibe. But you know, he seems like somebody who's willing to work really hard to get good and to meet the right people and be in with the right people, and best of luck to him. Daniel said RTM will get more viewers if Jody mukbangs more savagely and messily. Rick said, who do you think was the toughest opponent in the Vlogger game? Really hard to say because of such a small sample size. You know, it's 90 hands. It's slow. There's so much, you talk nonstop during the stream, and each hand takes a long time. So it's very easy to we're not playing for big stakes, and it's very easy to get bored. I got bored during it. I would say the person who impressed me the most probably was Matt Vaughn, just because he had a very tough seat. He was directly to my right and to Landon's right, and he wasn't afraid to come after it and keep like putting his foot on the pedal and playing aggressively and taking shots in spots. He wasn't afraid to make mistakes. So I thought he played well and was in a difficult situation to play well.
Should I go?
Where? What do you mean?
Just leave. You don't need me here.
I'm sorry. Well, you were eating, and now these are all poker questions for now. Will this be free content, or must you be a Solve4Y subscriber? I'm going to guess you have to be a Solve4Y subscriber, but I'm not sure. Any Barry Woods like hands you played at the Solve4Y game? No, there was nothing wild really. Nothing wild. I had a couple of pre-flop 4 bets, but nothing crazy. Dawn said Michigan has 2 options for kids in school. They can go to school in person from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. or they can go to virtual school. That's 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. That's crazy. Yeah. So Mike, same question you just that I just answered up there. Akon, I play poker on Party Poker New Jersey and Poker Stars New Jersey. Ben said, how would you respond to Helmuth if you beat him out of pot and he started calling you an idiot and whatnot? I would laugh at him in his face. Would you rather lose a bad beat to Helmuth or Polk? Probably Polk. Marley has a deal in place as an investor. She said that on our last episode of our pod with Jamie. Guessing that's why. That would make sense. What's going on, Patrick Harris? I have a 2-year-old and I'm really concerned that he's not talking yet. I'm a recently single dad and don't really know what I should do more to help him talk. Any advice would be helpful. Any thoughts on that, Jode?
Well, I would talk to the pediatrician. You could always do, you could meet with an occupational therapist or a speech therapist. I would do pediatrician first, then speech therapist, then occupational therapist. That's my suggestions.
Okay. Good luck to you, Patrick. Hopefully that helps you a little bit.
For sure.
Mike Fritz said, we want Jody.
Oh my God. I'm going to strangle this kid.
What is she doing?
She wants to know if she can watch TV to fall asleep instead of playing the meditation. I told her to go to bed.
Ben said, Jody, if you meet me at the bar, you can throw all your drinks on my tab and I'll run out on it. That's great, Ben. Garin has a question for you, Jody. Yeah. All right. Since I just talked for a half hour straight, while Jody's answering these questions, we're going to play Jody Thinks. And this is great because there's actually some questions coming in for Jody already. The way Jody thinks is you guys can ask her any question you want. You can put a word or a phrase in the chat, and she will say her thoughts on that word or phrase, or you can just throw a question like this or that type question, or a question like you guys have already put in here, and she'll answer that all. Our theme song that we play on every what's it called, podcast, right?
Yep. Because this is not the podcast.
This is not the podcast. This is the live stream. The podcast I've already plugged 17 times. Let's turn the volume up here. Hold on, because Thinky. Okay, so this is Jody Thinks. Put your words, phrases, or questions in the chat, and we'll get going from there. Okay, so Jody, what's your favorite Zevia flavors? I've pretty much just had grape and ginger ale, but need to broaden my horizons.
My favorites are, hold on one second. Okay, my favorites are, this is root beer and cream and cola. That's it.
My favorite is one of Jody's least favorite, which is the black cherry.
Yeah.
I like the black cherry and I like the cherry Coke. I like both of those.
I don't like it.
Matt, what's going on, Matt? He said, I'm getting yelled at on these forums for being a calling station. Listen, we're going to work on those things, Matt. You're going to be okay. It's going to be good. All right. Rick wants to know, Jody, when you were first introduced to the degenerate nerd bro poker scene, what were your thoughts? Did anyone besides Trevor help ease you into that strange world?
No one helped me because Trevor was the only one that I knew. And then I pretty quickly got a job at the Borgata working as a cocktail waitress. So, because before Trevor, I had never really spent any time in Atlantic City or like been around gambling really at all. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, we made some really good friends. Like when did we made really great friends when Ava was 9 months old. So not super long into our relationship.
Your first exposure to the poker world and like was more like the casino scene.
Yeah.
With like there was Atlantic City friends that I made that were dealers in Atlantic City, and that was my crew of people. My poker friends were not really like the poker nerds from the internet yet. they were the dealers from Atlantic City that I became quick friends with.
Yeah, and they were all super nice.
Yeah, they were just, and it's more like they were more the casino lifer types, not casino lifers. That sounds bad, but like poker dealers, like you live in the casino life. I mean, is what I'm saying. Like that 24/7 lifestyle where we would go to the same bar in Atlantic 24 hours a day, all the time. We would spend countless nights there from 3 a.m. to 8 a.m., drinking with everybody and people coming in. So that was our first people that you met. And then, like she was saying, 9 months in, 9 months after Ava was born.
When Eva was 9 months old, you went to Vegas and met, or wait, when did you?
I met Jay and Ken and Luke in 2008 when I went down to Tampa for the Rays-Phillies World Series. That's the first time I met them.
Okay, so it was before you went and stayed with them in the World Series, like the World Series of Poker. Or was it after?
No, I met Luke before that, but I met Jay and Ken after that.
Wait, hold on. What was the World Series of Baseball before or after the World Series of Poker?
After we met Luke the first time in 2008.
Okay.
You weren't with me.
Right.
I met Luke and whoever else. And then
right.
And then I went down to visit him in Florida and I met Jay and Ken that night.
Wait, where did you meet Luke?
We went golfing and stuff out in Vegas.
Right, but you stayed in a house with Jay and Ken there too.
No, they weren't there.
No?
Jay and Ken weren't there.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Yeah, so the group of friends that we basically made the group of friends together from poker. It was from Full Contact Poker, which is Dan Negreanu's site, and it became a group of friends that I made from there. And they weren't really poker nerd types either. They were just like kind of regular dudes that happened to stumble into poker, that are still our best friends today, basically. All right, let's go back up here. Mark said, "Don't say you're going to kill that child on live stream. You have no alibi." Anthony said,
"I didn't say I was going to kill her. I said I was going to strangle her. I'll let her live."
Anthony said, "I really appreciated the theme song getting edited in on the pod." Okay, Steve says, "Dark Side of the Moon."
It's an album, isn't it?
I guess, isn't that Pink Floyd?
I don't know.
All right, psychedelics. This is a perfect one. Thank you, Gigi.
Psychedelics makes me think of Moose.
Okay.
Who does not appear to be here.
Yeah, Moose is not here. So Moose is our friend, and we're going to have him on our podcast to talk about psychedelics, talk about some of the benefits of psychedelics for anxiety and depression, some of the benefits for just self-exploration. And so Moose is a pretty strong, has a pretty strong knowledge of that stuff. So Anthony said, "Request to play version 2 next time since you missed the appropriate playing on Valentine's Day." So version 2, I assume you're saying version 2 of the Jody Thinks song. I need you to resend it to me. Chili says, "Jody Thinks, moose or mouse?"
Moose.
Jody looks like she's chugging beers in a tank top sitting on a porch with her stud.
How does it look anything like that? I'm clearly not outside. This is not a beer. It's a soda.
All right, Jody, I'm going to put my entire net worth on one color. What to choose, black or red? This is hypothetical, but you never know when you're told and need to know the answer to that question.
Black.
Wendy's.
What does that make me think of? Nasty.
Daniel says, "Trevor, was Chelsea Pub your hangout with Dealer Spot in AC?" That was the original hangout. So we always went to Chelsea after the Trop. I played at the Trop every night. We go to Chelsea Pub, have the buffalo chicken pizza there. It was phenomenal. We'd shoot pool in the back. We'd hang out there for a while. And then the bartender that we liked left there. And we had another friend that started working at Ducktown. And Ducktown became our go-to spot. We went to Ducktown every single night. When Jody and I first started dating, we actually had our birthdays at Ducktown. Like they did a private thing for us. We were at Ducktown all the time. It was just the place that we were at. If I was in Atlantic City, I was at Ducktown. Like I was eating steak and eggs for breakfast at 10 in the morning, or I was there after the bar.
This soda is making me burp.
Nice. Pineapple on pizza.
Nah.
Bootylicious. It's a sim.
What?
It's a sim.
It's a sim?
Mm-hmm. Daniel just said bootylicious. Do you not remember this?
Because I was singing that song last night?
You were just singing it, and you were like, is that how the song goes?
I was singing it to you last night.
Yeah. Your body is not too bootylicious for me. It's just enough bootylicious. Why does Negreanu talk while he eats? I don't know. That's a good question. Not sure on that one. If the moon was made of cheese, would you eat it?
No.
No?
I'm off cheese.
That's right. Daniel just said Christy Arnett did a good vlog on her hubby trying psychedelics. I would definitely recommend you guys check that out. We're actually going to discuss that in the podcast when we interview Moose. But if you go to Christy Arnett's YouTube page, I believe it's Christy Arnett Moreno. And we've met and hung out with Christy and Andrew. They're awesome people, super, super nice people.
Yeah.
And so I would definitely recommend checking out. She makes, I think it's like, maybe it's just because I really enjoy that type of art, and I enjoy, like, I'm a huge Casey Neistat fan as well, and I really enjoy the process that I know that it takes to create content like that. But Christy makes really, really good videos. Like, they're just really well done. She writes well. She puts good music in. She edits things really well. Like, they're really personally well done, and I feel like she doesn't get enough credit for how good they are. So I would recommend you guys check some of them out because they're just really good. What type of cheese would the moon be made of?
Like Swiss or something, because it has the whole, the craters. And I fucking hate Swiss cheese so much.
Yes, Daniel, Ducktown has awesome wings. Ducktown has awesome. Well, I haven't been there in many years.
Todd is my brother, but Todd tried to go there when they were down there, and they have like super weird hours right now because of COVID, so he couldn't go. Yeah,
I don't know what their food is like now, but back in the day, their food was amazing. I loved it. It was just a great place. And we had our friends were bartenders there, so it all just worked out well. We'd take care of them. They'd take care of us. It was just a great situation. Jeffrey, what's going on, buddy? He said just in time for the burping. Hot.
I'm holding it back. This is Stevia makes me burp so loud it's obnoxious.
I thought Jody didn't like Beyonce.
I don't care for Beyonce, but I still know the song, and I was singing it being silly last night. So,
Anthony, excellent question here. Lots of. This is a tough one. Is there a threshold of stake level where it feels unethical to gamble? In other words, should anyone feel bad gambling for high stakes when others have so little? It's a tough question. Because it's hard to figure out where to set the bar, right? Because like even playing something like 1-2 and winning or losing $1,000 in a session, that's a lot of money to some people. So it's hard to say like, why is that any more significant than $100,000? I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. There's a lot of these ethical type issues when it comes to poker and zero sum game and all that stuff. So the way I try to look at it is it's a game that I enjoy playing. It's a game that other people enjoy playing. Everyone's making their own decisions in that regard. And then with the rest of my life, I want to make sure that I'm doing a good job to raise my kids so that they're good people, and that I'm doing a good job being the best human that I can be to other people and helping people out in other ways. So it's hard to say. What are you doing?
I don't know. You're talking a lot about poker tonight. I'm
Chick-fil-A.
bored. Chick-fil-A used to be the only fast food that we would let the kids have, but now we're completely gluten-free, and they appear to be pretty homophobic, so I don't really care for that. But
if the moon was made of spare ribs, would you eat them?
No, I don't eat ribs.
The princess made me, was it spare ribs? No, what was it?
Yeah, I think it was spare ribs.
She made me an amazing meal.
Yeah, she made me an amazing meal too.
Yeah, and on like the night when I finished Salt for Why filming, I went over there. I was pretty hungry.
Yeah, she cooked for me the same day.
And she made me this like huge platter of, I think they were spare ribs. And what else was on that plate?
I forget.
There was something else on there that was amazing.
Yeah, what the hell was it?
I don't even know.
It made me like a grain thing, like this a bunch of grains, and cauliflower and gnocchi with pesto. It was really good. Yeah,
it was Princess. Every meal I've had so far from the Princess has been phenomenal. She made this lamb chops in California, and like that's not something I would normally eat. Like I'm cool with eating it. I just not something I would normally order. And oh my god, it was so, like the spices that were on there were so good. So it makes me. I just definitely I need some Princess meals.
I was sad about that meal because I don't eat lamb, so I didn't eat it. but everybody was raving about it. They said it was absolutely amazing.
It's okay. I make it a lamb.
So.
Casey was my first intro into vlogging, then Trooper. Got you, Mike. Yeah, I mean, Casey's vlogs are just the amount of effort and work that it takes to do something that I'm always amazed by. Sean Connery.
Well, it just makes me think of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, okay. I was
Like
gonna
the
say
parodies of Sean Connery.
Yeah, so great. Daniel says if Jody started belching bootylicious loudly, massive spike in viewership.
Yeah, I won't be doing that.
All right, so Space is here with the correct answer to your question, Anthony. He says distribution of wealth is the issue. Gambling is inherent to life and it isn't unethical in and of itself. True. Jeffrey said Anthony's question is super philosophical. We could probably have hours worth of convos about all different levels. Agreed. I would be interested actually in hearing someone like Telos from the community who is in philosophy weigh in on that. What is the highest stakes, I assume, as you're comfortable playing? I mean, I play 25-50 pretty regularly, so but there's no games above that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess 25-50, maybe 50-100. Also just depends on what the game is like. Some games, like if I could pick the lineup, then I would play infinite small blind, infinite big blind.
What did you play in Poker After Dark?
It started 25-50. Then the second day we moved it to 50-100, but it was 50-100 with a 200 straddle. So it was 50-100, 200. And there's a lot of 50-100, 200, 400 because Brandon Cantu is putting on the $400 sleeper straddle. So yeah, I mean, that's the biggest game I've ever played. But yeah, I mean, it just depends on what the lineup is. If there's a really good lineup, and especially if it's a low volatility lineup, then the stakes don't really matter. Has any DNA research? Would love to know.
What do you mean, like into my own DNA, or what? Like, what do you mean exactly?
Would you play the current Poker After Dark on Poker Go at the stakes that is at? Daniel, I don't know what is the what are the stakes at? I don't know what it is. You have to tell me. Well, PLO, what's up, Matthew? How's it going, Matthew Hennigan? Will PLO ever overtake Nolan Hold'em in popularity? I don't think so. I think PLO. I don't think so in like the mainstream type way. There are definitely places where PLO can be a more popular game spread in the casino, but I don't know for sure. I just don't think like overall it'll ever overtake it. Princess made Jody a meal or a snack?
A meal.
PLO Live is too slow to ever take over. Yeah, that's basically, yeah, for sure. That's what it is. Chia seed.
What do I think of chia seeds?
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of fiber and protein.
Mm-hmm.
I used to make chia seed pudding because Ava loves that, and I used to eat it all the time. You liked it too, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll grind them up and stick them in a shake or something because they're like, if you let them soak in water, they become gelatinous. So that's good for your digestion and all that. So sometimes I'll put it in Andrew shakes or whatever. I keep them in the pantry.
Gigi said, "Did I just stumble upon a philosophical poker blog? I'm in the right place." I mean, I get a little philosophical sometimes. So, yeah, I mean, and I think generally speaking, the people who tune into this channel get things on a higher level. I'm just shouting you guys out because you guys are pretty deep. Normally, we're just talking about foot fetishes and watching Jody eat salads, but yeah, chili, the lamb chops, amazing. They were great. They were the best. Would I play the Garrett, Andy, Nick games at Live at the Bike? So these are tough questions because if I were to play them, or if I was to play like higher stakes, no limit games, I would definitely want to put some work in on them. This is one of the problems with the Poker Out Loud thing at Solver Y is that I don't play much no limit anymore, and so it's not a game that I'm like actively in the streets and learning and working on. So if I were to play in those bigger games with tougher opponents, I would definitely want to be putting some more work in and get more comfortable. If it's PLO, if it's like online PLO, then I would be comfortable battling whoever. Minimum 20K buy-in again. So yeah, just kind of depends on the lineup, I think. And if I didn't feel crazy comfortable with the amount of buy-in, I could always sell action. So that'd be fine. Best TV show for kids, you think? What age is Rick?
I have no idea because we don't we don't watch TV shows. The girls are into like the older kid stuff, and Andrew, if he watches TV, he watches Lego Ninjago, and he also likes the Pete the Cat show. But they don't really watch, like Cam will watch some shows, but Ava is more interested in watching movies, and she reads a lot of books. So I don't really know, and we don't watch TV either. So
like some of the shows 5 to 13 range. So some of the shows that that Cam has been into is like Shake It Up,
Chicago,
Yeah.
Good Luck Charlie. They always really liked Lab Rats, and what was the other one? Elite Force.
I think it was Lab Rats or Elite Force, wasn't it?
Well, okay, so there
And
was,
then
there was
another
the other show.
Yeah, what was the other show? But the comic book characters.
It was they worked in the hospital.
Mighty Med.
Yeah. So she likes shows like that, and actually Ava did too. And then there was the show with Zendaya.
I said it. Isn't that Shake It Up?
No, there was another one with Zendaya where she was under spy.
Oh yeah.
I think maybe it was her name.
It was her name, but I
don't
can't remember what her name was on the show.
Yeah, I don't either. And then, like I said, Andrew likes Pete the Cat on Amazon. And what else did he watch? He loves all the Lego stuff, like Lego Batman movie, Lego Ninjago. But there's a Lego Ninjago TV show that he likes.
The hell is the show? It's gonna bother me until I look it up. Casey Undercover.
Yeah, Casey Undercover. That's right.
Hey, look, DGF is here. This is the Save the Princess session shirt.
Oh, I have my.
Yeah.
I'm like sinking into the bed now. I have this on.
Yeah, so Jeffrey said stake level seems almost arbitrary to the total amount you'd be willing to risk at once, along with the lineup. Too many variables that change to give a definitive answer. Very true. Trevor, you playing 25-50 in a live game quite different than online. It's different only because I'm playing online. I'm playing PLO and I'm playing short-handed, and oftentimes there's certain days when we can get a little bit deeper, but a lot of times it's like people buying in for 2K or something in 25-50 online. So a lot different than a live game. And the 25-50 live game that I played on Poker After Dark was more like 25-50, 100, and it was mostly 50, 100 for the majority of the time that we played. So quite a bit different, and it's no limit. I think Andrew would like BattleBots on Discovery Channel, probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anthony said, how's Trevor's back from shoveling all that snow all day?
Actually, today our neighbor used his snowblower and did our sidewalk and our driveway. I sent him a text, and he said, yeah, that was me. And I said, thank you. That was really nice of you.
Him. Yeah, you missed my bad beat story. Listen, I'm allowed to tell. It wasn't even a bad beat story. I didn't have kings. It wasn't a bad beat. It was a fun life story. It was more of a life story. Yeah, whatever. 50 minutes in, plenty of poker hands and talk, and no yawns from Jody. Anyone set the over/under?
There likely will not be any yawns because I took a 3-hour nap today.
Did Andrew watch Dinosaur Train? Andrew would like the Lego reality contest show that was on last year. No?
No, he did not. We did just introduce the kids to Dinosaurs, the show that was around when we were kids, and they really like that. But no, he didn't watch that. And I did see the Lego reality show, but we didn't watch it. And they're always bringing up Disney Plus and Netflix and just like stuff on Apple TV. So we never pay attention to the regular TV.
I feel like I need to tell the Cliff Notes version of the story here real quick for DGF. Since he just tuned in. Cliff Notes. Valentine's Day 2007. Jody and I barely dating for 2 weeks. I spent $3,000 of my $5,000 on a trip to California for us, as well as dinner and flowers. 2 weeks before the trip is about to happen, when I don't have any money at all, I make a deep run in the Sunday Million. I full ace king 80 left, and I would have won a huge pot when I was third in chips. And then with 27 left, I lost pocket jacks to pocket sevens to bust 27, but win $3,400, which covered the cost of the trip. So it was a sun run. It wasn't a bad beat story. It was a sun run story. First place was $200K though. Imagine if I would have won that jacks versus sevens and didn't suffer such a terrible beat in a tournament. Not the mama. That's right. Wild Kratts. Yeah, I remember that show too.
Ava watched that show, but they don't watch it anymore.
I saw Mark. I'm getting tired clearly because in my eyes, I was looking at what he said, and 3 times I saw that explains it. Nips are the best, and I was like, "What is he? Is he talking about nipples?" Nips? But he said naps. Yes, naps are great. You have to watch the Lego reality show episode where they build bridges to hold as much weight as possible. It's unbelievable. Have to check that out. Felix watches Hicks show how they repair construction vehicles on YouTube.
Oh, freaking YouTube. There's so much weird stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like Blippi. Andrew used to watch Blippi. And the girls used to watch this channel called Cookie Swirl C. And this girl had, oh my God. This girl had the most annoying voice ever. And they used to watch it on repeat. And I was like, I can't wait till they outgrow this. Because she was awful. But then we had to go through like Blippi and stuff when Andrew was really big in trash trucks, and he still likes them, but he doesn't really watch Blippi anymore. Thank God.
For those of you who did miss the beginning of the stream, like DJF, you also missed Jody eating a salad. What was the? Did we have a time on the salad on how long the salad took to consume?
I think it took me about 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
So not as long as the Vegas salad.
Yeah.
Felix loves Blippi. His favorite YouTube is the Axel and Daddy Show.
I'm not familiar with that one.
I mean, most kids growing up now and going forward, like they're not even going to watch any of the TV at all. It's going to be just straight YouTube. All right, we're going to make Dalton's the last one of Jody Thinks. He said salads.
I love them. They're the best thing ever. It's always been my favorite food. I used to come home from school and I'd make a huge salad I had this like tomato and bacon dressing that I would put on, and it was my favorite thing to eat.
So, Dalton has the official salad time. It was 22 minutes. Not from Sammy's. No, not from Sammy's.
No, Trevor made me a salad while I put Andrew in bed tonight.
E-Doc is in the house. He said food poisoning from Sammy's?
I did not get food poisoning all weekend while I was in Vegas, unlike you, who's had food poisoning several times. It really blows my mind. I think you should be careful. I think maybe your wife is trying to kill you or something, because it's just like unreal.
Daniel wants to know which live stream was the most watched. The most concurrent viewers we've ever had got up to 75, I think it was. And it was like three weeks after, when I was putting out videos every week of the Player Hand Challenge. It was in like the 4th week of that when we had a ton of new people coming in the channel and people were like seeing new uploads constantly. So that was the most watched live stream concurrent. The most views, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I have the most views on which one, but it does seem like you guys are out there and you watch the replay of this. Like you don't actually watch the live stream at the same time. We appreciate that because there's like 500 people that watch. I don't even know where they come from. Yeah. But that's pretty cool. And you guys can always leave comments and we'll always respond to the comments too. So, and if you guys hit the like button there, that's great too. DJ said I almost got food poisoning this morning.
Did you have a lot to drink, or did you get actual food poisoning?
I'm pretty sure it was just a lot to drink. Got the Vegas food poisoning on wedding night.
Wait, so Anthony, he said he calls it tube. Andrew was it Andrew or one of the girls? I think it was Andrew. Used to call it Euben tubin.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely Vegas food poisoning. It's crazy.
Well, it's also possible that it was in the 10 or so beers that DJF handed you.
Bellagio cocktails.
Oh boy.
Tomato and bacon dressing makes salad have 0 nutritional value.
That's not true.
Tomato and bacon. We're big proponents of tomatoes and bacon.
I eat bacon all the time.
Yeah. All right, we're getting to the hour mark. Trevor's getting tired. Trevor appreciates everyone being here.
Why are you speaking in the third person?
Because I'm getting tired, obviously. So listen, a couple different things here. First of all, this shirt and and Raising Nuts merchandise can all be found at pokerrags.us. Go there and get some now, like right now, and do it.
Oh my God, we have to find a new way to do this. This is driving me crazy.
Jody, how do you always tan?
I put a mitt on and I squeeze this stuff on it and I rub it all over me. I make Trevor do my back.
Are there any shows that you don't let your kids watch? Age appropriate shows.
Freaking Caillou. Oh my God. They canceled Caillou. Thank God. I I don't think I really put Caillou on. Are there any age-appropriate shows I would not let them watch? No, I don't think so.
All right, explain the tank top one more time for Daniel.
It's not bronzer. It's self-tanner. I put self-tanner on. Yes, I do tanning, but it's just right here in my house. I don't leave to go anywhere, and it's not artificial sunlight. It's in a bottle. Good night, Brian. And what am I doing?
You're explaining.
Oh, yeah, explaining my shirt. It's the Spearmint Rhino, and then the Sapphire, and the Crazy Horse.
So it's the rankings T-shirt, the strip club ranking, Vegas strip club rankings. So the other thing, obviously, I plugged this already, but go check out our podcast, Raising the Nuts, on any podcast platform. Also, check out DJF's Sessions podcast. If you are not a patron, you can listen to the podcast on Thursday and Fridays. If you'd like to become a patron like we are and join the DGF community, you can go to patreon.com/DGF. You're killing the ad read.
I'm sorry.
/DGAF poker player. And you can sign up to be one there. It's $4.22. It's well worth it. We highly recommend you do that and support a friend of ours and great content creator.
Yes.
Any other plugs? No. Okay. What were you laughing at? Sunlight in a bottle?
No, I'm laughing because Mike said, "Keep going, Jody," because I was pulling my shirt up.
Nice. That is pretty funny. Good night, Dalton. Good night, everyone else. Good night, Anthony, Mike, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, it must be nice to have sunlight everywhere. We don't really have that here.
Yeah,
there's snow everywhere.
The sun came out the other day for like an hour, and I was like, "Holy, what is that thing?"
Yeah, and that was after it was raining.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you guys. Tune in next Wednesday for the podcast. If you haven't listened to this Wednesday's podcast already, go check it out. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.